Aloha, welcome back to the tarot portion of my monthly. This is a special monthly for the 8/8 portal, Lionsgate portal on August 8th, 2021. It is fluid, so this reading can be fluid if sometimes we just hit on things, could be your whatever way, and we hit on it, and for some reason this message is meant to be for that time as well. However, this is the Lionsgate portal reading as well. This is my monthly. I am going to try to get back to monthlies. I really want to get discipline on it and really get on it. I love doing my monthlies, and I haven't obviously done them for a few months. But anyways, we're back now. For those of you new to my channel, I am Moana Anela. This is Moana's Divine Reading, and this is the tarot portion. So I do a general one where I start with the Mayan. So if you're wondering what these cards are, and I'm not going to talk about it, it's because I already did the Mayan portion, and then I come into the tarot portion. This is the tarot portion. So I will put a link to that below if you are interested in these other cards. So for now, we are going to get into the tarot portion of the reading, which I do with the this is the Hazel Moon. This is the Hazel Moon Hawaiian Tarot. I start with these cards and then I clarify with the Zoltan Tarot, which is another Mayan deck. So we have Hawaiian and Mayan there. Alright. First what I'm going to do is, for the full moon, I am going to pick a card from the Zodiac Moon reading card. So, alright. Kind of shuffle these bigger cards. It's not always the easiest, and they always all want to pop out all at the same time. So we're going to try to control them. That's funny, right? Control spirit. Lionsgate Pearl is all about letting go control. And what do we have? Whoa. We have Aries. Aries coming through, and believe in yourself. Wow, that is so powerful, because if you didn't see the Mayan portion, of course you don't have to listen to the whole thing. You can fast forward a few parts, but believe in yourself is really what it was all about. So that's kind of neat that that's coming through right off to that. And Aries is an energy of real go-getter. Real go-getter, because Aries follows their passion, and that was the other thing, is really about clearing away the negative energies, the negative belief system that we may have incurred, may or may not, depending on who you are, whatever this resonates to, on different levels. The belief system that we limiting belief system that we may have incurred throughout our life. Okay, and again at different levels. Things that are stopping us from truly being who we are. For those again who are new, I do a Hawaiian spread. I do 3 cards. The middle is yourself here on Earth, manifest itself, and then the card below that one is in Hawaiian is the lower self, representing the lower self, which is your it can be your alter ego. It's also your hopes and your dreams and your fears. Again, all that based on any limiting beliefs that we may have incurred throughout life. Also too, it's also your instinctual self. Then on the top card, you'll see, I know I'm putting my hand kind of everywhere, but you'll see the top card is the card of the higher self. So it's who you are, your supreme divine self, without fears and just total being. Okay, so it's basically your heart self, and it connects to your spirit guides. How do you see that? So here it is. You can see the spread. Middle self, lower self, higher self. Okay, things that we're not seeing could be things from the past, and then things that are coming forward. It also could represent what forward in the future, but it could also represent things that we may be aware of, but maybe spirit may want to bring that to light, or bring it to the forefront to take a different spin on things. All right, so right off the bat, we have I did try to get a better light on this. But anyways, this is 9 of lava stones. 9 of lava stones there. There we go. 9 of lava stones, okay? So stones represent the pentacles too. And again, if you're wondering about these, I explained these already in the Mayan section. These are from the Nefertiti. Okay, so stones represent the pentacles. And so we're looking at, again, wow, it's amazing. I swear these cards, they talk to each other. They really do talk to each other. Again, this is what we're talking about. This is the 9 of Pentacles, which is that individual, successful, in the card she's a female. However, that female or male, the actual gender is the actual gender is not the oh my gosh, sorry, excuse me. The actual gender is not what, you know, it's not about gender, let's put it that way. It's about the energies, okay? So the reason why the successful female in the card, the feminine represents a lot of that kind of creative Kundalini energy, all right? That in Hawaiian, the creative energy is represented by the goddess Pele. We did have this windfall coming through with the volcano in the back, the angel here in the front, and and it's all about this creation. What is tapping into our heart? What is calling to our heart? Spirit is awakening for us. We've been through this initiation. We talked a bit about that too in the Mayan. We've been through this initiation, and now it's time, like, for whatever we learned, you know, whatever, you know, revealed itself, this revelation that we had coming forward through this initiation process of, you know, of birthing into this new being of self through recognition of you know, like, all I see this, like, you know, this light being in the center of this dark, cold, crusted outside, and these cold, dark, crusty outside falling away and revealing this inner creative light being of pure beauty, right? And that's the abundance. That's the abundance coming through. The abundance and the freedoms coming through is us tapping into our true self, and then starting to embrace that, and then starting to put that out through the world, and using our creation, our which is our passion, our creativity, our gifts, and using that to put out to the world to do what we are passionate to do, and creating that, making that manifest, bringing that, making it happen. And that's why it's the energy. But it's by being your individual self, embracing your individual self, but working with others, coming together with others, but not losing yourself in a mix that maybe a lot of us had already. You know, we've lost ourselves. I know, me included. Again, this may not resonate with everybody, so that's fine. But if it does, you know, those who felt like we have lost ourselves through a mix of life, and you know, through life, you know, going through life, school and in work and job and friends and family, you know, maybe, you know, we've lost, you know, on different levels of ourselves through this process up until now. And then now it's like, wow, all that's falling away, and it can be a painful process. It is that process. It is that journey of the dark night of soul, because that's what it's all been. It's that being kind of rebirth. I'm going to say rebirth. All right, so what's showing up? I start with the middle card and I go down to the lower and then the higher self. So what's coming through as you here on earth, the obvious, is this Four of Cups. So again, this is so valuable, such valuable, and I've been feeling this energy myself too as well. All right, so it is such the energy of we are not accepting anymore the status quo that the external environment has been demanding on us. That's the message that's coming through. It may or may not resonate, but it basically is that we are not accepting anymore the status quo or these other expectations, these external expectations that have been demanding on us up until now. We are not accepting it no more. We are letting a crusty layer fall apart and fall away. Now, it's not that it's bad. It's just not. We can't do that anymore. We have to reveal this inner being, this inner light being that we are, a beauty and creation. We have to start embracing that and start living that being, and start being that being. So on the lower self, we have this. So this is our instinctual self. This is that deep feeling we have deep in ourselves. Is this Ace of Lava Stone. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. We are feeling this manifestation of a beautiful beginning. That not, yes, Spirit wants us to participate, because it's true. You know, we have that free will. So, you know, Spirit doesn't want to do it for us. It also wants us to experience this beauty that Spirit wants to bring into our lives now. Like that we're coming into now. It wants us to experience this amazing abundance that we never experienced before. It's a whole new beginning. And yes, even though Spirit is handing it to us, it's helping us, it's giving it to us, it still wants us to participate in that, because that is the most beautiful part of the whole experience and being alive and living your life that you're here to live, is participating in your life. So Spirit is saying, yes, I mean, even though we are backing you up, yes, we are helping you, yes, we will supply whatever is needed for you to fulfill your own destiny, to fulfill your own journey, to fulfill your own heart, passion, to fulfill your own core being. We will help and provide this guidance and help for you, whatever it is that's needed. However, the most magical part, the most magnificent part is the participation in this. You cannot miss your own participation in life. And that is the beautiful thing. Coming from the higher self, we have the Boy of Sticks. Okay, so in this deck, the boy represents, excuse me, the page. So we have the page, and sticks represents wands. So we have the Page of Wands. So again, it's really, so how I'm seeing the cards too is one of the general overall energies for the cards and for ourselves is to line up our three selves as well, is to bring our three selves in alignment. And this is kind of beautiful with what's going on with the Lion's Gate, is that the Star of Sirius is aligning up with the Orion's Belt, which is also in alignment with the pyramids of Giza, which is so amazing. And what I'm seeing here too, just in these alone, is we're starting to see our three soul selves. So in Hawaiian, the middle self, the lower self, the higher self. So we're starting to see our three selves coming into alignment as well. So it's also saying whatever, it may not feel like you're doing the right thing, or it may feel, again, it's this volcano, right? It's this eruption of energy. Like it looks and feels so much chaotic, but it's not. It's that order and chaos, right? It's that freestyle. We talked about showing the monkey who is similar. He's like the Fool in the tarot card, and that Fool is like, it's like that chaos and energy, and that's why he's called the Fool, because it's like, look what this guy is doing. He looks so foolish, just stepping over here. He's stepping off a cliff, and and he's leading this poor dog along. But meanwhile, what people are not seeing in that chaotic picture is they're not seeing the order, that he knows exactly where he's going, even though he may not know the physical destination. He knows wherever he goes and wherever he lands, he's going to land safely. He's going to land where he's needed to be. He's going to land in the perfect place that is going to fulfill who he is. And this is what's happening, is that even though it may not look like it, you are on the right path. If you're listening to this reading, then you are on the right path. You are doing what is right for you, even though it may not feel like it or it may not look like it. There's always going to be chaos around, and that's always a good thing. And sometimes when we feel like we're lost is the time where we are the most found, if that makes sense. All right, so these are energies that are contributing energies. And we have the Warrior of Lava Stones. Wow, a lot of Pentacle energy. So Warrior, you guys can guess, is the night energy. And so we have the Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long journey, y'all. It's been a long, tough journey. Can you guys see that volcano? It's a dark card. There it is. I just find whenever I bring it too close to the camera, it doesn't want to focus. But you can kind of see the, there it is. There it is, perfect. Windfall, right? You see the volcano in the background here, right? But you see the angel in the forefront. So that's really interesting. So as we are aligning more with ourselves, we are also aligning a lot with our own spiritual guides or spiritual energies, however you see that, our own divine creator, creative self, creative energies, guides, ancestors, however you see that, however that resonates. But we are aligning all that. Beautiful. And so much creation. Again, Aries. Aries in Greek mythology is known as the god of war. So I always, we talked about complementary energies, dark and light here, and we talked about complementary energies. I always think on complementary terms. So whenever I think of God, a war, we think of war, death, and all that, but there's also birth. Okay, so death is also birth, and it's a transformation. And I think it's beautiful energy that Aries is coming through, because I'm seeing this card and we're looking at the orange. Orange is also the color of the sacral chakra. Sacral, I'm going to say that, sacral chakra. I just slow myself down. Sometimes I get excited and my words just mumble, so I apologize for that. But sacral chakra, so we're again, creative energy. Look at this red. So creating from the core root being of ourselves, we're creating, and it's bubbling up and it's coming out like a volcano, and it's so beautiful. And if you haven't, just go on YouTube, and search out volcanic eruption. It could be Hawaiian, it could be, doesn't matter where, but search out and watch the flow, the lava flow, and the colors, and it's so beautiful, especially at night. It is so beautiful. Watch the night ones, because you can see the colors. This creative energy is coming out, birthing new land, and we are birthing new land being, and it's so beautiful. And so this is what's coming out that we're seeing, and it's the Eight of Cups. Yes, we're seeing this. We're seeing this, right? And oh, right. And it goes right to the core of the reading. This is also the core of the reading. It goes right with this Four of Cups, right? We are not accepting any more than what's not going to serve us. So we're walking away. We are walking away, and that's great. It's like you're standing your ground, learning those healthy boundaries, and we're walking away from everything that is not serving us, or that is not meant to be in our lives anymore. Now, people get confused sometimes. I'm not saying you're confused. I'm confused. But I'm just saying sometimes it gets confusing that, we see things in our life, we're like, oh my gosh, that was terrible. Why was that in my life? Why did I allow that to happen? It's not a time. It's a time to be playful. Don't start getting hard on yourself now, and don't start the judgment. And that's the other thing that, this walking away energy is so beautiful. It's so peaceful. You can see the trees and the cups. And it actually almost looks like there's been a party here. Can we see that clearly? It actually looks like there's been a party here, and the party is over. This party is over, and it's time to, because too much partying is not good, right? And sometimes parties can be, we have fun, but sometimes, sometimes they're great, and sometimes they're not so great. They're not I shouldn't say they're great, but sometimes they're not healthy for us. That's what I wanted to say. But what I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to get across here is that don't start looking back and getting hard on yourself. Oh, why did I do that? Especially don't have any negative talk. It's not a time for that. It's a time for playful talk. Okay, so we're just clarifying the cards with the Mayan oracle cards, just to get a little deeper reading into the messages. Sometimes I do it differently. Sometimes I just pick from the bottom. This card wanted to come out. All right. Wow, and there we have it again. Jades and the Pentacles. So there we go again. We have the almost, it's like coming through to me in this particular reading. The Ace of Pentacles is coming through to me as that Ace of, that Knight of Pentacles energy. Where was it? That boy. Yeah, boy of sticks up here in the higher self. So it's again, yeah, it's kind of like that similar energy. It's been a long journey, but now we're starting to see the fruits of our labor. Let's put it that way. So coming in deeper for the Four of Cups is, yeah, wow, there he is again. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time, and maybe for some of us, on a second note or another note, this is just a second message coming through, that maybe for some of us, it's taken us a bit to realize certain factors in our life, but now we're walking away from them. So yeah, as I was mentioning, with this, so what I was mentioning, like, it's not a time to be hard on yourself. It's a time to say, okay, but I grew from that. Take everything in a positive spin. We talked a bit about changing our perception on things and changing it all to the positive. And it's about, take the positive spin. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't say, oh, why did I do that? No. It showed you something. It taught you something about yourself. And that was, again, we talked a bit about that those things that may have been difficult, but it molded us into who we are. Just like, that whole story of the pearl, or the diamond. The pearl, it's sand, and it's gritty, hard sand, but it's an irritant to the oh God, I'm so sorry, I can't think these days. But it's an irritant to the clam. And so the clam, like, moves its tongue around, and that moves the sand around, and eventually it gets mixed up with whatever the juice is in the clam's mouth, I guess. It gets mixed up with all the mix, and then after a while, that sand gets smoothed out, and it gets kind of glued, or however the process works, together, and then it gets smoothed out and turns into this beautiful pearl. And that's what Spirit is saying, that all this hard irritants, all this tough, don't be hard on it, because it's what molded you into this beautiful pearl. You are this amazing pearl. All right, so from the lower self, we have this Ace of Swords energy. So it's this revelation of the self. It's this revelation of the self, is this really, now that you're letting all this other external influences fall apart or fall away, now we're starting to see the truth of who we are and what really resonates with us and what doesn't work with us. And it could be people, it could be habits, it could be jobs, it could be anything. I'm not giving any suggestion what anybody should do, but the energy is just, you're gonna know, and that's the whole point. You're gonna know, but the energies are, now that we are knowing, we're gonna just simply let those things go that do not work for us and move forward towards our passion and those things that are going to contribute to our light, right? Because we have a very special purpose. And it does go along the lines with any of the light being readings, because this is what the Lion Gate is all about. All right, and here, this is beautiful. We have the star card. This is the star card. Star card coming out with this page of sticks, so the page of wands. So now it's this motivation to follow our passion. Now, of course, Page of Wands can mean other things and messages, but in the reading, the strong thing that are coming through is that, yes, we are, basically what I'm going to say is we are starting to see all the signs. We're recognizing them, and we're starting to tune into them, and we're starting to understand what they mean. And that is the beautiful thing. And it's because of this healing. And this healing, the star card is all about the hope, the healing, and now like stepping into this, our bright being, our true being, of who we truly are. And it's so beautiful. And you know, some of it is coming from the stars, right? Like not just the stars series, but it's also from the planets and everything. And we're aligning ourselves to all this beautiful energy. So it's really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful energy. I am just going to pick a card from the Journey of Love. And see what we have. Wow. I'm not really going to pick a card. I'm going to let Spirit choose the card that needed to come out. Thank you, Spirit guides. Please guide us with the continuing confirming energy that's coming through. You know, this is funny. And it's so perfect. This is the Journey of Love Oracle. It's so perfect. I saw this when I was taking a card out of the box. I saw this card and I felt for it. And it's funny how you just saw me shovel and then it just came out. Devotion to the small. So this lady, we can see she's, and it doesn't matter, again, male, female. I'm just going with the picture here. So she or he is growing this seed. And it's small at the moment, but it's a beautiful flower, but yet it has so much potential. And that's what Spirit wants you to see. Spirit is wanting you to know you are a seed, but you've grown. You're here. You're just starting to bloom. You're just beginning to bloom. And to know that this is now the beginning, and I'm getting goosebumps all over, but you have so much potential. You have so much more to do. So much more to grow into. And wow, that is such beautiful energy. I love these cards. We're going to pick a message from the TLC of the soul. These are beautiful cards. And I can't hold anything to save my life, so. And we're going to see. I'm not looking at the cards, but I never look at them when I shuffle, and that's probably why they fall all over the place, because I'm so tuned into meditating with Spirit that I can't even feel my hands, the cards in my hands. So the message coming through there, I don't know yet, I haven't looked at the card, is always. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Wow. Come on, camera, you have got to show the viewers that. Oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. Always accompanied. Always accompanied. And look at that. I love the dragonfly. Dragonfly is a very significant animal spirit. All right, so I don't know if you can see that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to read it though, so you can see that. I'm going to try to hold that still. Do you know what you are loved by? A benevolent source, one who knows you and cares for you without reservation. Wow, it's so beautiful. The divine is showing up for you in various forms. Again, as we mentioned, you're seeing the signs, you're seeing this, you're knowing this, you're knowing you're supported. You know that anything is possible. No matter where you find yourself, it may occur in the form of sharing fondness with faithful friends, or in any of the various other diversified forms of all life, such as, you ask? A keen-sighted dragonfly darting around you, or sunshine lighting up a crude pathway through a dense forest, or an encouraging word from a stranger at the moment you need it at the most. And I said that, I'm not too sure if I said it in this reading or the one before, but sometimes people are in our life for a minute. So an encouraging word from a stranger you need at the most at that time. Remove the lenses of the indifference and disbelief as you open yourself to seeing more than meets the eye. You will notice the amazing abundance of signs affirming your direction. Step into the wonderment and behold yourself embraced by the divine. That is so beautiful. And yes, some of you are, you know, in some places, depending on where you're watching this, it's summertime. So some of you may be planting or gardening or starting to do that. And, or some of you are just starting to know flowers, or, you know, do that saying, stop and smell the flowers. Some of you are starting to just, you notice flowers and smell the flowers. And then some of you are, you know, maybe seeing dragonflies, or I'm even getting, you know, ladybugs for some reason that's coming through. Ladybugs and butterflies. So beautiful. All right, what I want to do is one last card to end the reading. And this is the Letting Go deck, the Hawaiian Letting Go. Whee! Let go. So beautiful. I'm going to let go of my camera focus. Doesn't want to focus. So these cards are really beautiful. No. Anyway, sorry. I'll show you the card when it comes up. But we're going to try to see what comes out of here. And Spirit Guides, please give us the card that wants to come through for this reading for our viewers. Wonderful, beautiful viewers. Wow. I'm getting, there's a lot of patience. Don't be afraid to move slow. Don't, or actually more importantly, don't be afraid to slow down. That's what I'm getting, energy of slowing down. Okay, so what I was kind of getting, sometimes energies come out just shuffling the cards. So a message came through about slowing down. So embrace things. Like, as we mentioned, embrace nature around you. You know, maybe if you haven't, you know, you're kind of going go. If you have one of those lifestyles, again, that won't resonate with everybody. But if you do find yourself having that kind of day, or you know, day after day after day, kind of like go. Spirit says, yeah, don't be afraid to, you know, slow down. Smell the roses, or flowers, actually. Okay, so what we have, oh, this is beautiful. This is like, okay, so here's the back of the card, because the artwork is really beautiful. And then here's the message. You are supported. Okay, I'm going to try, I'm reading it. I'm trying to read through the camera here, but okay. You are supported and will have helpers whenever you need them. Let them come. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. One other message wanted to come through. Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful artwork sitting there on the sea. And that's kind of what I was talking about, slowing down. Like, you know, the energy of ghost. Maybe some of you may go into a park and just go sit on the swings. But enjoy nature around you. Embrace the nature around you. All right, so the message on this card is your mind is a recorder. Let go of all negative, unkind replays and replace them with elevated sound. Beautiful. So I'm getting, for some of you, maybe music is important, but that's exactly what we're saying. You know, changing that perception, change that thinking in your mind, especially any negative thinking or anything that, and sometimes, you know, it doesn't always have to be negative. Sometimes it could be just an old way of thinking that just doesn't work anymore. You know, it just doesn't suit anymore. It's just not serving you anymore. So it doesn't always have to be negative. And for the first card, you are always supported. Again, we just kind of read that with this card. You know, there is something there. There's always something around you that is helping you. Guides, spirit, angels, however you see that, ancestors. And, you know, this card is showing, yeah, nature. Sometimes there are things in nature that are supporting you. Sometimes until we slow down and actually absorb our surroundings, absorb what's around us, and pay attention and notice what's around us. We don't really realize, oh, there's all these beautiful things that are around me that are showing me, like either signs or just showing me, you know, life, the beauty in life that is also within me. And well, I'm bringing this card back out. So this was part of the reading, but I'm bringing this card again. We have this volcano. This is maybe how some of us are feeling, or what we just came out of, right? This eruption of volcano. Sorry, just because it's a dark card, it's having a hard time focusing. But you know, coming out of this, or we're still like, but we're coming to the end. We're definitely at the end. So it is ending. We're coming through the portal now. So that's why these energies are really important, is that even though we may have experienced this, or we're just coming out of this, we're being guided, we're being carried. And that you know, that kind of poem or whatever, Footprints. If you don't know, look up Footprints. That kind of brings me to mind, is that we are still being carried even through a hard time, even if we can't see it. And again, you know, what this card is oh, look at that, upside down. See, changing our perspective on things is okay. It's okay to look at things upside down. That's the Hangman. And that's sometimes what helps us. Sometimes we got to look at things in a different perspective, or in a different angle. That's what I want to say. Look at things at a different angle. Sometimes that really gives us help. And so again, you're supported, and we'll have helpers whenever you need them. Let them come. Sometimes, you know, just like if somebody offers help, we still have a choice. We can say yes or no. But Spirit is saying, if you feel, you just, don't refuse anything. Especially if it comes from, again, an old pattern of thinking like, oh, you know, I don't want to bother. No, if they ask you, say yes. If you feel you need that help, say yes. Accept help. People want to help. It gives them a gift. It gives them pleasure too. When somebody can help another person. Just like I say, you know, I do a lot of healing work, and but you know, there are times I need help, and somebody offers me, I was like, yeah, I you know, that gives them a blessing as well. And it's a wonderful thing, and that's that coming together. That's that balancing. We have to now be able to accept and receive. This Lionsgate portal, if anything, all these readings are showing, it's time for us to embrace ourselves, embrace our being, and in the meantime, there may be aspects of our life we need help. And it's also, don't be shy, don't be afraid, to get rid of all that. Don't be shameful, don't get rid of all that. Just accept the help. You know, don't be afraid to accept that help. If you feel for that, just, if you want it, yes. If you want it, yes. If you want, yes, accept it. It's time for you to receive. I hope that helped somebody. I hope that resonated with somebody. Lots of love and light, y'all. Beautiful things are coming. You just have to believe in yourself and be that, embrace and nourish your being. And sometimes by accepting help, that's also part of nourishing your soul being, right? We often think about taking care of our physical body, nourishing and nurturing that, but sometimes we need to nourish and nurture, you know, our lower selves, our, you know, that deep root being, the deeper part of our soul. Sometimes we need to nourish and nurture that, because we are growing into something wonderful. We have so much potential yet to come. If you think that you've done amazing things, well, that is fabulous. However, imagine what is yet to come for you to create. Because you are an amazing being, and continue, because you have so much to offer, but yet allow also others to offer to you, because that is the balance now that is needed for people to come to work together. Lots of love and light. Love you all. Amazing. You guys are amazing beings. Please shine your light, and just know you don't need permission from anybody. Just be who you are. Aloha, keika'i. Love one another, love yourself, love and light, aloha.